Hello and welcome to Idea TV Media News. I am Paul Oladipo. We begin with the headlines. 3 scientists win 2025 Nobel Laureate Prize in Medicine for discovering on immune system control. National Assembly warns workers against disrupting plenary session over welfare demands. Secondary school certificate is enough for a political office, Shehu Sani says. CCOM and Syntech partners to boost SMME's growth in South Africa's digital economy. And away from Africa, French Prime Minister Sébastien Lecornu resigns after less than a month in office. In business, petroleum demand remains at 865 naira per litre despite Dangote's free delivery scheme. And in sports, Flying Eagles advanced to round of 16 after 1-1 draw with Colombia. And now to the news in full. The 2025 Nobel Prize in Physiology and Medicine has been awarded jointly to Mary E. Bronco, Fred Ramsday, and Simon Sakaguchi for their groundbreaking discovery on peripheral immune tolerance, the process that prevents the body's immune system from attacking its own tissues. The Nobel Assembly at Sweden Karolinska Institute announced the award earlier today, praising the laureates for deepening the world's understanding of how the immune system maintains balance and prevents autoimmune diseases. Sakaguchi, who first identified a new class of immune cells later known as regulatory T cells in 1995, showing that immune tolerance extends beyond the thymus and involves active monitoring of harmful immune response. Bronco and Ramsdale followed up in 2001 by discovering a key gene FOXP3, which they found to be critical in the development of these regulatory T cells. Their combined findings explain why mutation in the FOXP3 gene can cause several autoimmune conditions such as the PIVX in humans. The Nobel Committee said the trial discovery has transformed immuno, paving the way for the treatment of autoimmune diseases, cancer, and organ transplant rejection. The winner from Japan and United States will share a sum prize of 11 million Swedish krona, equivalent to about $1 million US. Moving on, the management of the National Assembly has cautioned parliamentary workers against carrying out their planned protests as lawmakers will prepare to resume on Tuesday, 7th October 2025. The warning followed threats by members of the Parliamentary Staff Association of Nigeria, PASAN, to embark on an industrial action over alleged unresolved welfare and constitutional issues. In a circular signed by the Secretary of Human Resources, SN Ayo SN, on behalf of the Clerk of the National Assembly, Kamoru Ogulano, management warned that any attempt to disrupt legislative activities will attract severe disciplinary actions. The circular urged staffs to ignore calls for industrial action, assuring them of safety within the complex. It also reminded workers that union membership is voluntary and encouraged those dissatisfied with PASAN's leadership to withdraw peacefully. The management maintained that it has introduced several reforms within the past 7 months to improve staff morale and efficiency, while pledging continued commitment to transparency and accountability. However, a group identified as concerned PASAN members accused the management of harassment, intimidation. In a petition dated 3rd of October 2025, the group alleged that staff demanding financial transparency were being threatened with suspension. They also cited long-standing welfare issues, including uncomplimented salary adjustments, unpaid allowances, and poor compliance with statutory reductions. With the plenary set to resume this week, observers say that the situation could determine whether legislative business could proceed smoothly or face disruption at Nigeria's legislative headquarters. Still in Nigeria, former Kaduna Central Senator Shehu Sani has said that a secondary school certificate is sufficient qualification for anyone seeking to contest or hold political office in Nigeria. Sani's remarked on Monday, 6th of October 2025 while reacting to an investigative report which revealed that the University of Nigeria Nsukka has disowned the Bachelor of Science degree claimed by the Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation, Uche Nnaji. According to the institution, Nnaji did not complete his studies and was never issued a certificate. Court filings before Justice Awa Yuwa of the Federal High Court in Abuja show that the minister admitted the university did not award him a degree. Nnaji had sued the Minister of Education, the National University Commission, and the university authorities, seeking several orders including release of his academic transcripts. While the court granted 3 of his requests, it declined to issue an injunction against the defendant and adjourned the matter to October 6 for further hearing. While reacting via his ex-handle, Sani cautioned political aspirants against making false academic claims, stressing that such moves often lead to self-inflicted problems. Now moving on to South Africa, where we see Africa's leading digital infrastructure and services provider, Cellcom, has signed a landmark Memorandum of Understanding MOU with Centec to accelerate the goal of small, medium and micro enterprise SMMEs in South Africa. The 12-month partnership signed at Cellcom's Johannesburg office on September 29, 2025 aims at enhancing SMMEs' participation in digital economy through targeted mentorship, funding, and access to shared innovation platforms. Both companies say the collaboration will address barriers such as infrastructure cost, skill shortage, and limited access to technology. Under the agreement, both parties would provide enterprise development program, infrastructure support, and practical training in advanced technology, including fiber, cloud, and broadcasting. The initiative also seeks to expand connectivity in rural and underserved areas by merging Cellcom's fiber network with Centec National Service Reach. Additionally, SMMEs will gain affordable hosting options with opportunities to collaborate with public sector ICT projects, helping them harness emerging technologies such as 5G, IoTs, and artificial intelligence. Speaking on the partnership, Cellcom's Managing Director of Digital Service in South Africa, Antonio Jose, said the initiative represents a foundation for an inclusive and digital nation. He emphasized that empowering SMMEs who make up to 91% of South Africa's formal businesses and contributes 34% of GDP will drive job creation and national growth. Cellcom, known for launching Africa's fourth submarine cable in 2009, continues to play a central role in advancing digital connectivity across the continent, linking Africa to Europe and Asia while promoting affordable broadband and innovation. Now moving away from Africa, France Prime Minister Sébastien Lecornu has resigned just 26 days after his appointment, citing political deadlock and lack of cooperation among parties. Lecornu, who took office following the collapse of Francois Bouygues' government, announced his resignation on Monday following a meeting with President Emmanuel Macron. Lecornu's short-lived renewed calls for early election. Far-right National Rally leader Marine Le Pen described the situation as a joke gone on long enough, accusing Macron of plunging France into crisis with the country's deficit of about 5.8% of GDP and national debt standing at 114%. Investors' confidence also wavers as stock fell sharply on Paris exchange. Observers say that Macron now faces mounting pressure to restore political stability ahead of the 2027 election. We're going on a quick break now. Once we return, the news continues.
Augmented reality, AR, and virtual reality, VR. AR and VR are transforming the way we experience the world, offering immersive digital environments in everything from gaming to training simulations. AR overlays digital elements onto the real world, think Pokemon Go, while VR immerses users in a completely virtual space. Industries like real estate and education are adopting these technologies for virtual tours and interactive learning, but the cost of high-end equipment remains a barrier. Despite that, the AR/VR market is projected to reach $209.2 billion by 2025, driven by advancements in hardware and 5G networks.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is still Idea TV Midday News. Now to the rest of the news. In business, petroleum remains despite Dangote's refinery free delivery initiative aimed at reducing petroleum prices nationwide. Most filling stations still sell at 865 naira per litre. Investigation shows that although marketers now receive petrol at 820 naira per litre with zero logistic cost, major outlets have maintained old prices, and only a few stations in Lagos have adjusted to 841 naira per litre, attracting long queues from motorists seeking cheaper fuel. The Dangote refinery has announced that from mid-September, petrol prices were expected to drop as it deployed over 1,000 CNG trucks to cut transportation costs. The refinery projected that motorists in Lagos and the southwest would pay around 841 naira per litre, while other regions would buy between 851 and 855 naira. However, 3 weeks after the scheme began, the expected price relief has not been fully implemented, with marketers citing old stock and delay in delivery issues. The Depot and Petroleum Products Marketers Association of Nigeria has criticized Dangote's frequent price reviews, arguing that they disrupt market stability. Meanwhile, the NNPC confirmed that its pump price remains unchanged at 865 naira per litre, keeping motorists hopeful that a downward adjustment will take place very soon. And finally, in sports, Nigeria's Flying Eagles have secured a space in the round of 16 at the ongoing FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Chile after a draw with Colombia in their final group match. The encounter, played in the early hours of Monday at the Estadio Fiscal de Telca, saw the 7-time African champion put up a spirited performance despite heavy pressure from the South Americans. Goalkeeper Ebenezer Akot made several saves in the 23rd and 26th minutes to keep Nigeria ahead in the game during an intense first half. However, Colombia took the lead in the 51st minute, and also the Flying Eagles fought back with a pressure sustained and led by Captain Daniel Bamaye, who kept the Colombian defense on edge. Nigeria's persistence paid off in the 86th minute when Bamaye calmly converted a penalty after a handball in the box, drawing the team to a level. A late effort from Aleri was denied in the 89th minute, preventing a potential comeback win. With the result, Nigeria advances to the knockout stage, where they face Argentina in Santiago on Wednesday, a rematch of the quarter-final clash in the last Under-20 World Cup, with the Flying Eagles won 2-0. And that'll be all we have for you on Idea TV Midday News today. But before we go, let's take a recap of the headlines. 3 scientists win 2025 Nobel Prize in Medicine for discovery on immune system control. National Assembly warns workers against disrupting plenary over welfare demands. Secondary school certificate is enough for a political office, Shehu Sani says. Syncom and Centec partners to boost SMME's growth in South Africa's data economy. And away from Africa, French Prime Minister Sébastien Lecornu resigns after less than a month in office. And in business, petrol remains at 865 naira per litre despite Dangote's free delivery scheme. And finally, in sports, Flying Eagles advanced to round of 16 after a 1-1 draw with Colombia. Do not forget to follow us across our social media platform at Idea Television. I am Paul Oladipupo. Thanks for watching.